So yeah, let's get stuck in.
Yeah, like I this is something that we do behind like to, with ourselves anyway. We do
Mm,
have these chats, and the latest thing that I saw anyway that kind of came up on my Instagram, which I haven't been on a whole lot lately, but it did come through, because it got a bit of traction, I suppose. And this person who was saying, I went to the gym and I lifted up my arms and people saw my belly and nothing happened. And take up space, wear the outfit, this type of positive like chat that goes on, and people are like, yeah, yeah, definitely, deadly, let's do this, let's take up space. Now I'm going to add that this is from a weight loss account. Okay, so I always say when I see take up space from a weight loss account, I'm kind of I'm taken aback
it's
because what
it's
do you mean when you say take up space?
it's such an oxymoron. Well, if somebody is actively trying to make themselves smaller
Yeah,
and while also encouraging people to take up space. And, we could actually probably have a whole conversation just on that.
yeah, there's so
On
many like
there's
levels to that.
Yeah, yeah, there's a lot of nuance to that, but we won't we'll put a pin in
It's
that.
not the main thing that
It's
that
not,
we've
yeah,
chosen to talk about. We'll come back to it.
we'll come back to that.
But when I saw it, I was thinking, okay, yeah, like definitely we want people to wear whatever they feel comfortable
Mm,
in whatever situation they're in, wherever they go, the clothes that they wear, they should be able to wear it without fear and
mm,
with freedom and confidence. And that is something that we really want. Okay, obviously that is our
100%.
thing, right? But it just doesn't it just ignores a lot of things, and
Mm,
it makes it sound like it's a willpower thing to say just wear the outfit, nobody's looking at you, take up space, when that hasn't been a lot of people's experience,
yeah.
and that it might be harmful to minimize it or reduce it in that way.
Mm, yeah.
So maybe it is that person's experience that they have been able to do that, but there's loads of factors that have gone into that, like
Yeah.
that other people don't have.
Yeah. Um, it's it's very kind of surface level. Um, and I notice uh content like this a lot, and it gets a lot of traction, but generally the people who are posting these things aren't in bodies that are criticized, being the main point. Um, a lot of from my looking at it is people have some mm, some body image struggles, which they have, acquired from diet culture and wellness culture and general society, but they aren't on the receiving end of the systemic issues.
Yeah.
And so while you have somebody who's in perhaps a mid-sized body who is having body image struggles, because we know that body image affects it can affect anybody at any size. Um, so while you might have somebody who is mid-size who feels bad about their body, that has been something they have learned through conditioning, but they haven't been subjected to all the other issues that people who are in larger bodies and other marginalized bodies experience.
Mm.
So for somebody who's has a body that's generally accepted by society to kind of just be like, just wear the crop top, just wear the shorts, that can it is very freeing for them to kind of realize, oh, I can just do this,
Yeah,
but they could
that's
always
great.
just do it.
Yeah, they could
It was
always
the
just do it.
it was the conditioning, um, which is still a problem. So, you could just wear the shorts and be like, oh yeah, I actually can just wear the shorts and move on. But you were never going to be criticized for just wearing the shorts anyway.
Yeah.
And I think that's uh, it's yeah, there's a lot to unpack in this. And it's not to say that that kind of content isn't helpful, because we know that we hear from people that they do find it helpful and they do find it empowering, and it stops short.
Yeah. Because first of all, where did you wear the show? Where did this take place? Was
Mm,
it in a very supportive place? Um, like if you did this in the gym, people saw your belly in the gym, and it's generally a nice supportive environment. This is a fine thing to do. It's low risk. If you are in a gym that has before and after photos in their marketing, if everybody looks a lot different to you, um, if it's very affluent and you don't,
mm,
if you feel different to that, um, how is that going to feel as safe? Like, are you actually going to feel I belong here? If it's a place
mm,
where you feel like you belong, you'll take the risk and it won't be a big risk. But if you don't feel like you belong, it is a big risk and it can have consequences. If something is said to you, you might be able to let it roll off your back, but you might also be very hurt. And it might not be something somebody has said. It could be a stare or a look, or you picked up on somebody else's assumptions about your body, or you overhear another conversation about a body that looks like
mm,
yours, even if it's not in person. It could be a celebrity body. There are lots of different like ways that the space can be
mm.
inclusive or not. So yes, if you go to somewhere that really is your space and that you feel welcome in, that could be a really positive experience. But that's not going to be what happens all the time.
Yeah, 100%. Environment is such an important element of where we can be ourselves and where we can
Mm.
play with things, where we can, maybe wear shorts and a crop top to the gym and, have a fine experience and go, "I actually don't want to do that again. I didn't enjoy it, but the experience was fine." Um, and equally, you could feel good in yourself and have body confidence and, wear shorts or a crop top or whatnot. And because of your experience with who you meet out in the world, um, you just don't want to do that again because of the experience, not because you don't feel that you can wear it,
Yeah.
you know.
And we do know that there is a high level of anti-fat bias
Mm,
among gym places,
yeah,
gym instructors,
yeah,
gym goers, and you can't hide that in some way. Like it comes
mm,
across, even if it's not said out loud,
yeah,
it can be there hanging in the air.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Not doesn't have to be said out loud to you.
yeah, 100%. And people don't realize that, body language and microaggressions are impactful, you
Mhm.
know. You get the vibe. Um, so while it's great for people to have the experience of, you know, just wear this and just wear that, um, there's a lot more to it. It is safer for some people than for others, And another one I see is people saying, when do you ever remember somebody you saw on the beach? You go to the beach and um you don't remember the people that you saw, just wear the bikini or just wear the swimsuit, And yeah, we don't want people missing out on memories 100%. And we want people to be comfortable. We don't want, um people to be in the heat and wearing cardigans, like the classic. I would have done that myself, the cardigans on in the weather, in the hot weather. But it's not as simple to say that. Like, we're having a bit of a heat wave at the moment and I'm wearing a string top. I actually have shorts on as well.
Yes.
But I couldn't have done that 10, 10, 12 plus years ago. I just couldn't have. I would have worn a light cardigan and I would have worn leggings because that was my reaction to experiences that I had, real life experiences.
Yeah.
So it's while it's great for people to reach that point where they can say, oh, just wear the shorts. It's not just flicking a light switch. It's
No.
not just like, oh, just put them on. I didn't think of that.
Didn't think of
You
that.
know, there's a lot to it. Um, yeah, and I think it, while it is celebratory for some people, it misses a lot. It misses a lot of depth.
Yeah. And it can come across as like, what's your problem? You're the one with the problem if you don't wear the shorts
Mm,
because you have chosen not to wear them and it's really hot. You could have just worn them when no, actually, it hasn't been okay in the past,
yeah.
from the time of childhood maybe,
Mm,
or anything, at any stage. And I find if it's so it can be good that it gives representation or encourages people who might be smaller, mid-size or small plus size, or a larger person who is trying to lose
mm,
weight. But for
mm,
somebody who's not trying to lose weight and who is in a larger plus size, that is a different story. Um, like, wealth has a lot to do with this,
mm.
housing. I think this is like a social thing where there are lots of different aspects to how acceptable this is going to be for depending on the person who's wearing it.
Yeah.
Like, the more marginalized you are, the harder it's going to
The
be for
harder
you.
it is. Yeah, yeah. The more cross sections that you intertwine with,
Yeah,
the more difficult it is. Um, and there's, people in society who just haven't and will never experience that.
no,
Um, and, we also have the idea of, not every piece of content is for every person.
no,
And that is true too, and it goes back to the all the multiple things that exist at the same time. So, yes, someone can reach a point where they just put on the shorts and everything is fine. And there's a lot more to it than that. And we know that fat phobia still exists. We know weight stigma exists. We know that there is discrimination in the workplace. Um, so all these things coexist. And so, while, yes, of course, it's not somebody's responsibility to cater for everybody in one piece of content,
no.
we have to be aware that with body positivity and positive body image, I'm not sure people are always aware that they are two separate things. And so, while we want to work on positive body image for ourselves so we can show up better, but if we're stopping at ourselves, we're not we're not doing the rest of the work. So, while you might reach a point where you're, happy to wear shorts or a crop top or whatever, but there's another level and there's another layer to go beyond that learning of just yourself and to learn
Mm.
more about the systemic and the societal issues.
Yeah,
And, you know, there's so much more to body positivity than um people who are, attractive and mid-size and smaller finally feeling confident to wear shorts. And while that is important, 100% that is important, and it misses much more of the conversation.
yeah. And like you said, like, it's not the responsibility of the content creator
Mm,
to address all of the issues, um, you know, for everybody all the time. but I had a quick Google of wear the shorts. So this actually, I what I found out was that a fitness instructor, it's a few years ago, um probably coined the term wear the shorts to encourage her sister to wear the shorts that she wasn't feeling very secure about wearing. And a sports brand got in on this as well.
Mm,
Okay, so if you Google the term wear the shorts, you will still see a lack of
mm,
diversity.
yeah.
So they will be kind of mid-size and small plus size at the biggest.
At
And they
best.
will mostly be able-bodied people who are
Mm,
doing some type of sport or in the
yeah.
gym or going for a walk or doing something.
Mm,
Um, so there is some variation, but it's not that diverse.
yeah.
So like collectively, it's not on one person, but we know that
Mm,
collectively this is the team, like that
yeah.
it is all very like
Yeah.
samey.
Yeah.
And the sports brand that did get on board with this, I had a look and all the imagery on their website is still quite the same.
Yeah.
And the sizes don't go really beyond a 24.
Yeah.
So if you are like say like if it is resonating with you, you're likely going to fit into that bracket that they
Yes.
have like made that little inclusive
Yes.
space.
Yeah.
Um, but if you're outside that bracket, it does more harm because you're
Mm,
still not included in the space
yeah.
that is set up for you. Like
Yes.
where representation should be, you still don't fit in. And
Yes.
I think that's why it's not just like, oh, we're not just shitting on this person's content. We're saying like it hasn't included the people who need the most
Mm,
representation,
mm,
and ignoring that fact
yeah.
is like is almost gaslighting them as
Yes.
if to say you should just make the choice to wear the
Mm.
shorts.
And this goes back to people not understanding what body positivity actually is.
Yeah,
It's not for that.
no, it's not for that, and it's not for those people who can do it easily.
No, no. And I think also it's very patronizing. Um, like wear the shorts.
Just
Just stick them on.
come on.
Yeah, it's like a false empowerment,
Mm,
you know, and also we all have to start somewhere. We
yeah,
don't we there's a lot to delve into and there's a lot to learn. But I find just the lack of curiosity and discernment maybe. Um, if we see something and it validates how we feel in that moment, but we're never going beyond and questioning more.
yeah.
Um, so yeah, wear the shorts and it's not that simple.
Yeah, you wear the shorts, and is this a safe space for you? How
Mm,
can we make it better?
yeah. Can
Um,
you get the shorts that you want in the size that you need?
that are affordable that you don't have to have shipped in to
Yeah,
like, can you get it
that
locally?
that you have to wait 2 week
Yeah, pre-order.
delivery for shorts, and sure it's raining then by the time they arrive, and
Yeah,
and then they arrive and they don't fit, or you just don't like how they sit on you, like
yeah,
it's like, can you just pop to your local
sports
shopping
shop.
center and get what you need you
Mm.
know
Yeah, and can you afford to get the ones that you
yeah,
really want that
yeah.
aren't like because yeah, they're probably like they're available, but it's like it's a huge effort. It's mentally draining to have
Mm,
to think about whether they're going to fit or not. If they're expensive enough, and you need to return them,
yeah,
are they gonna like I've returned stuff. I'm in a straight size clothes like, and so this is a minor issue for me. For some
yeah.
people, it's a bigger issue. But I returned items of clothing and they charged me a restocking
Mm,
fee.
Yeah.
So if you're looking for a brand that is like stocking up your size, like, and there are good, we're going to try, like it's not all bad out there, but just thinking beyond, like I could access this,
Yeah.
so everyone can access this.
Yeah. 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 And even for people who are kind of like small fat, um so I can get clothes in Dunnes. Not everything would fit me there, but I can buy clothes in Dunnes, but they might only have one of the size.
Mm,
So I've gotten it, but now no, the next person can't, you know,
yeah.
or I go in to get it and they don't have the size.
Hmm.
So yeah, it's another whole conversation itself.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sizing,
Probably.
yeah,
I think so.
sizing and clothes. Um, but yeah, it's so what I suppose my invitation for people who are interested in this conversation and who have listened in so far would be to question what we see on social media, um to have that sense of curiosity, and you don't necessarily need to be critical, but just asking the question, I wonder where this perspective is coming from. I wonder who this serves. Or, when you see something, notice what was my reaction when I read that, or when I watched the reel, or read the carousel, or, listened to the podcast or whatever. What, what was my body's response to receiving this?
Hmm.
Um, because there's a lot of wisdom in that for people as well. Um, if they notice, well, I don't disagree with it, but it doesn't quite sit right. Well, can we be curious about that?
Yeah.
You know, and it's not about getting something, right. And this isn't another thing for people to have to like do to add to their, never ending list of tasks. But approaching what we see with, yeah, curiosity for me, I think is the main one.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I think the curiosity, and for me, I like who is left out of this.
Mm,
Um and I like to think of, and it's not generally everybody's responsibility to do this,
mm,
but in the cultural climate where when bodies are political, and
mm,
not everybody is safe out there.
yeah,
And it's kind of just glazing over things that
yeah,
um you know we could be more aware of or cognizant of when we're telling people stuff.
yeah, yeah, 100%. 100%.
Cool.
So we are going to be exploring this more at Unfiltered, our workshop in October, Sunday, the 18th of October. We're
Mm.
going to explore this more. We are going to um, support you with your body image, and with tools that can really make lasting change. You're not going to be revolutionized after one workshop, and anyone who promises you that is a spoofer.
Yeah, proofers.
Absolute spoofers.
With some
Um,
affirmations in your back
it's
pocket, and
I
off you go.
don't. Can we do a whole thing on affirmations,
Yeah,
please? Because I have a lot to say about affirmations.
yeah.
Um, So,
Yeah,
yeah.
these things that are like that maintain body dissatisfaction, like how to break them down, and
Yeah.
it's not just saying just wear the shorts, just love yourself, just
Just,
ignore the critics. um there are lots of different things that things that we don't even know about, and things that
mm,
have been set in motion before we've even been born. Like, we
yeah,
need to be able to
yeah,
spot these things, and have ways of managing them.
yeah, yeah. So join us for the workshop. Let's get the ball rolling. If you've already started rolling your ball, we'll roll it a bit further.
Roll it with you. Yeah. And it's better if
Um,
we do that together because
community is
it's tough.
a
Yeah.
big aspect with this. So yeah, and tune in for the next topic. It could be about affirmations, or it could be about what we said at the beginning, which I can't remember now.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, we've no end of stuff to rant about.
yeah, yeah,
We'll
we'll
get
be
it.
back.
We'll get it together. I'm writing down affirmations anyway.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. As I eye roll. But yeah, so thank you so much for joining us.
Yes.
And yeah, we'll see
Thank you
you
very
at
much.
Unfiltered.
Talk to you soon.